Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to you with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll find value here in the video. So I will pause the recording software for now and be back at the open. Okay, I have an order at 139.50 to get short here. And that was the move I was looking for. So I'll come back down and I'm now going to go up to 141. Suppose I could do 139 too if I really wanted to. I do like that. Let's try 139. And at 139, see if this thing wants to come back down. Just a waiting game right now. So took off 150 there, still have 200 shares, still could be a losing trade. But I was a bit too slow on those, so I'm going to have to pay up more. All right, so basically a break-even trade, $30. I mean, it wasn't breaking even, I made money, but started to get the move, bounced back up. I'm not going to risk this. Very clearly, very volatile right now, and if this is some sort of V-shape, then I gave it a chance to come down. It did come down. It just didn't give me any follow-through. Again, it still may come back down, but at this point in time, it feels too much like a 50-50 to me where it could, snap back upwards. So I tried and didn't really work, but I'll take the $30. So sometimes that's how it goes, right? You make a trade, and it's not like it's a terrible trade. It's not like it's even a losing trade, but it still doesn't really quite work out. So that's what I mean. It still could come back down. Maybe I should still be holding, but as it stands right now, it's very much so looking like this thing could come back up. I would be interested at 141. So I will go ahead and pause. Okay, I have an order at 137.85 in. So let's see if this thing wants to come down at all. Or is this some sort of massive move against me here? We'll see. Getting in at 137.85. Holding up pretty strong right here. All right, had to take a loss there. So now down 235. Okay, Tesla. I guess you just want to go straight up all of a sudden. Wow, what a move. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. But yes, now down 235. Well, these are one of them where, I mean, if anything, good example of why you got to manage risk, because had I been holding and hoping right now, that loss is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And sure, maybe at some point it comes back down and we'll be able to play the, oh, I should have held game. I should have been undisciplined game. But as it stands right now, that loss would be a lot bigger with the potential to get even bigger. And, you know, that's why trading's hard, because it's easy to look back and say, oh, I should have done this. But when you look and just see this void of darkness over here because you don't know what's coming next, I mean, yeah, makes things a little bit more challenging, because the higher this goes, since I was short, the bigger and bigger that loss, is becoming. Once again, to be fair, maybe it comes all the way back down and I would have been okay. Maybe I should not have gotten out and taken that loss. But like I said, as it stands right now, maybe it keeps going up and that loss keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So as far as discipline is concerned, that's not a sustainable game to play the hold and hope game, because eventually all it takes is one or two to where it never comes back down and you are in you're going to be in a world of pain. So, all right, I'll go ahead and pause. And that loss keeps getting bigger and bigger as it rises. I do have a new order to get short at 140.65. So let's see if it can get up to that area. Again, 140.65. I will go ahead and pause. All right, have an order at 141.25 here. In there at 141.25. So took off half there. Took off another 50 shares. Question is, can it get down through that 200 period moving average, or is that going to be the new level of support? You're getting some big bids in there, so I'm going to go ahead and mitigate that by taking off another 50. And then if it does want to come down, fantastic. But yeah, right now looking like that may be, so I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So a quick little scalp there. Now down $83 on the day, so just managing my risk here, not trying to get a home run trade, not trying to wipe everything away in one single trade. Sure, sometimes that happens, but I would recommend you don't go about trading that way, meaning, wow, I mean, not to pat myself on the back, because clearly, but sometimes you really just, let me bring back up my marker here. I wish I could do this a little more often. So my entry point was at 141.25. Check out the high, 141.26. Nailed the top by a penny. Again, I wish I could sit here and say that I do that all the time. Unfortunately, I do not. But how nice would that be? That was the case. But as I was saying, I would highly recommend against. Okay, I'm in a loss. Okay, I took a loss. I'm in the red. Okay, I got to get it all back on this next trade. I've been there. And it can work out, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, that mentality can take a manageable hole, make it even bigger, and then you start to get stubborn, and then before you know it, the loss is way bigger than it ever needed to be. So, yes, I get it. Well, geez, Clay, was that even worth it? I mean, you didn't even wipe away your loss. I understand what you're saying, but be very careful of that mentality, because you don't have to get it all back sometimes. And if I close down today, $83 with commissions, let's just call it $90, that's okay. I don't want to come across as a greedy savage, because I realize that money does not grow on trees. But if you've watched any of my other videos, then you've seen plenty where $90 can be made relatively quickly. So if I walk away with losing $90 within the big picture of things, I'll be just fine. So I will pause for now, but some good learning lessons here. Okay, watching 138.25 here as a potential short on Tesla. As of right now, that trend line has and is holding. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll go ahead and pause. That's what I mean in hindsight. Clay, why didn't you buy that trend line that you had drawn in there beforehand? Hey, you know what? I was looking for more of a trend line break, but the power of charts. Are charts perfect? No, nothing is perfect, but do they have a place? Absolutely. You saw that happen. You saw that line in place. You saw the price right at that level, and check out that bounce. So yes, Clay, you should have bought. I agree, but it goes back to our whole talking point about everything's always easy with hindsight. But at that point, it was, for me, I was waiting for confirmation of it to break down. It never did break down. So it is what it is. But if anything, if you're kind of, I don't know, should I put in the time and effort to learn more about technical charts, which again, these are technical charts right here. I would say yes. Again, nothing is perfect, but they're a worthwhile tool. So I'm going to continue to watch that trend line, but as of now, not looking like it's going to be coming into play, but it is Tesla, so I suppose you never know. And when you know it, just like that, prices come back down, sitting right around this area here. So we'll see what happens with it, but that was pretty. What I'd like to see is one more bounce, one tap, slight bounce up, and then have it come back down. That's my ideal world. But sometimes the market doesn't give you your ideal world. But that's what I'm watching very closely here. All right, watching 138.50. Keep a close eye on it. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, maybe coming into play here. Again, I apologize for pausing, unpausing, but again, this is live, so I literally don't know what's going to come next, so I'd rather err on the side of caution and not get anything as opposed to just completely miss the entry point. All right, I will pause again. Okay, maybe it's coming into play here. In at 138.57. Let's see if we can get some movement here now. Trend line is broken. Now it's just a question of, does it want to give me continuation, or is this just a fake breakdown? Not a good candle right now that just formed. Not good at all. Oh, you dirty dog. Ha ha ha, dirty dog. We'll see if it wants to come back down. But as of now, not looking good. Not looking good at all. That's unfortunate. Yep, got to be out. And now down $340. I'll take that all day long. That was a great setup. I got the start of a move, and then just like that, snap right back in my face. Frustrating for sure, but that's happened sometimes. Sometimes that's just the way the market goes. And it very well still could come back down, but you just can't play that game. You can't play the game of, because if this thing continues on up, then that's where losses really spin out of control. So yeah, bummer. Man, beautiful breakdown, was looking great, and then just like that, back up it went. All right, I'll pause. All right, watching 138.50 again here on Tesla, in at 138.59, mainly based off of the overall markets, meaning I think this thing needs, wants to pull back some, and if it pulls back, that should definitely bring Tesla down with it, because Tesla's been pretty weak regardless. So let's see if Tesla does indeed want to come down with it, assuming the markets do come down. So mainly watching the markets on this one. Yes, I'm watching Tesla itself, but my thought again is if markets come down, Tesla should come down nicely with it. So I will go ahead and pause for now. Okay, let me bring this over. You can see the market. Would love to see some red start to form here. So there we go. Trying to take off some more at 85. There we go. Still have 150 shares left. So now I have 100 shares left again. So notice how Tesla's fallen without even really the market. So if I can get the markets to come down, that's just going to help that much more. So still have 50 shares left. All right, I'll call that one. So down, because you can see here, markets, yeah, not really responding the way I thought, but Tesla was pretty weak anyways, so that worked out nicely. May be interested in another Tesla trade, but we'll see how this this thing wants to bounce back up to that trend line up around, let's call it 139. I could see myself interested again. I'll go ahead and pause for now, but now down 183. Again, going back to that lesson, I'm not trying to get everything back in one trade. I'm just taking what the market gives, and I got a nice move there and scalped out of it. Happy with how I played it. But like I said, this thing wants to move back up to the 139 mark. That could be very, very interesting, but we'll see what happens. I'll pause. Okay, I have an order at 139.35 to try to get short. I need this to come up a bit more. Go in there. Good. Let's see if this thing wants to come back down or not. Once again, watching the markets and just an absolutely ridiculous move. So maybe I'm the fool for thinking this thing wants to take a breath. But we'll see what happens. And as of now, yeah, Tesla's basically going straight up here. Give it a little bit more space, but not much. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, maybe getting ready to get stopped out here. Stop is at 140. I'll go ahead and pause. All right, coming down here. Going to try to pull off just a small portion at 139. Took off a little bit here because we have a big bounce hazard right now. So still have 100 shares left. But due to the nature of how this one played out, it's just a much different situation than when I first entered it. So yeah, just gonna have to take that out, 150, and glad I sat where I was, but the problem is because of the, like I said, nature of it, I got a nice move here. A problem was my timing was slightly off, so that move there was enough to make it a winning trade. And as it bounces back up, that's just exactly what I mean. It was that's just the nature of it sometimes. So glad I had a logical stop loss. My stop loss saved me, kept me in, still allowed for me to get a winning trade. But like I said, just because of the nature of it, And for those of you members of the Trading Freedom Pathway program that I offer, remind me. I'll talk more in detail about that if you want on our Tuesday live webinars. And I can talk more so about all of that, maybe make a lesson of that. But you'll have to remind me because I don't know if I'll remember off the top of my head here. But yeah, look at that. And straight up it goes. So yeah, played that one well. Like I said, things just changed up on me and had to call it good. So down 150 on the day. And I'll take it. An up and down day all around. Couldn't quite do anything right. But I mean, look at the markets. Look at the markets. Ridiculous. Straight up. And I really do think that when the market actually does have a pullback, Tesla's going to come down hard. But at this point, I need to move on with my day. So I'm going to call it good. If you enjoy these live trade videos, if you appreciate the transparency, I get it. This video here does not necessarily make me look like a superstar by any means, but this is the reality of trading. Sometimes you'll have days like this. Just manage that risk so you can survive. And, $150, I'm quite confident I'll be able to wipe away relatively quickly, if not even within a single trade moving forward. But everybody take care. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.